Okay, welcome back, my fellow aggressive learners. In this section, we shall be talking about margin. All right, we previously talked about padding, so let's quickly talk about margin. And don't forget, we are all discussing about what CSS, what box model. All right, where we are trying to say that every element in CSS, every element, be it body, be it H1, be it P1, or whatever element it is, an article element, they are all what? They are all regarded as a box, all right? So for that purpose, that is why we are talking about what? Box model. And for every box, we are saying you can perform these few activities on it. You can perform padding, you can perform margin, and of course border. We will be coming to that in the next tutorial. But for now, since we've discussed padding, let's go ahead and talk about margin. By the way, if you are yet to subscribe to my YouTube channel, please go ahead and search for Ikenna Chukwu Divine or at Sadiko on YouTube and go ahead and subscribe to that. Now, let's give this guy, let's give this guy margin, all right? So margin means the spacing between this element and this element and this element or and this particular box, all right? That is the margin. So we are going to increase the top margin and see what happens. So we are going to exploit what we call margin top first. So margin top, we are going to say 3 rem. So I want us to use something different. 3 rem. 3 rem. Watch it out. I know we must be tired of red by now. So let me say 15 pixel. You can see. So 15 pixel. Of course, you can calculate the value. You can say 45 pixel. You can see, right? Good. So you can say margin right. Margin right 50 pixel. You can see that, right? Good. You can also do margin bottom, right? You can do 40 pixel, right? So what are we saying? The margin between this thing and this box, right? These two places, we are saying that we want it to be increased to what? To 40 pixels. So save this and then you can see that. So the question is, did it meet your specification? Increase it to 70, save it and see. You can see the spacing. Now let's create a margin between this place and this place, between the left and the what and the, let's create a left margin. So this will be margin left. Margin left, what would it be? Let's try 25 pixel. Don't forget, you can go ahead and still use your RAM. You can go ahead and still use your what? Your EM. It is still okay. So something happened. That means we've had enough. So let's go ahead and reduce it to EM, right? So let's reduce it to 1 EM. You can see that. Let's reduce it to 0.5 EM. So you can see that. So it means you can do 0.55 EM. You can see 90 EM. You can see, and then you can do 1.87 EM. So it's up to you what you want, and then of course 4.7 EM. You can see. So all these things, we can actually put it all together in one statement. So let's apply that. Let's see how a single statement can make this happen. All right, let's put this in this manner. So you can have margin left 45 pixel, and then so we're starting like this, right? This way, all to the end, right? So you have margin 45 pixel, and then to the right 50 pixel, and then bottom 25 pixel, and then to this side, the matching this side to the left will be what? 30 pixel. And then watch out what happened to this particular item. So I'm going to save now. You can see the way this spacing. You can see the spacing between here and here, and then the spacing between here and here. They are all showing a good margin. No, now let's go ahead and reduce this to two property value, right? So you can also, let me return it to what it was. So I have margin. Remember, your comment does not print, all right? Your comment is not being executed by the browser. So margin, so this is going to be what? Top and bottom. The first one is going to be top and bottom. So top and bottom margin, I want it to be what? 70 pixel. Then left and right margin, I want it to be 0 at first. Watch it. So you can see we have 70 pixels between this guy and this guy. All right, and then left and right there is no margin. So let's give it a margin. Imagine, let's say we have 45 pixels. You can see that, right? So that's how it works. Now there are times where you could actually say this one to be 0, right? Or the top and bottom could be 0, and then you work on what? On the auto. So it depends on what you're working on, and you will know which one you want to apply, right? So on that note, and that is how margin works in CSS box model. So whichever one you want to use, you can go ahead and make use of it, and then see you in the next section.